Okay, these couple of things make me move from Australia back to Berlin. So I moved to Australia, Sydney, 2 years ago from Berlin. And all my friends, or like a lot of people, are always like, oh my God, why do you want to move back to Berlin? It's freaking grey, it's cold, and everyone is like shitty, and you have like a picture perfect life in Australia. But listen, these are things people will not tell you about living in Australia. Honestly, the biggest thing is there is no depth in people. Everything is really shallow, really pretentious. And I have met some friends groups, and let me tell you, I'm like, from the outside, it's picture perfect. They have like the most insane events. Like they are so beautiful and gorgeous. But then I'm like, I would never, like, what? I feel like that never, like none of them could really be true for themselves. It was always kind of like, oh my God, it's such a good life. I'm like, oh my God, dear. And like secretly they actually hated each other. I don't know how to explain it. But I feel like we have so much culture in Europe, and we like, so transparent with my friends about like everything, and we talk so much. Like there's a lot of deep understanding for each other, but also like we grow in our friendship because of communicating, because of like really like understanding the other person, and just like if there's something, you know, you're like kind of like I don't know, like I felt like that and that in that way, but I really want to understand you, and like we always communicate. I feel like this is not happening in most, like some of those friends groups, and everything will just like put under the carpet, and then they pretend like, oh my God, no, everything's good. And I feel like there's always like this slightly hate, and then also kind of like so much comparison. They compare each other a lot when it comes to who has a better cafe, who has a better brand, who has a better husband, who's engaged first, who has a better, like it's just like really. But maybe I'm also just like talking maybe about a specific group, like the people who went to private school, stay in their clique, and not like letting any other people really into the clique. And it's just like really, I don't know, this is like how I felt, okay? This is like just based on my experience. I need to say though, I met a lot of other Europeans. I tried with a lot of Australians. I come maybe to this point in a second. And a lot of them live there now for like maybe 7 years, 8 years, and they had the exact same experience as I did. Because sometimes I'm like, maybe it's me, maybe I'm the problem. But yeah, they had the same experience and they felt the same way. And most of them also just have European friends. Or they have Australians who live in Melbourne or have like lived outside, have like, you know, traveled a bit more, have a bit more understanding from other cultures. But yeah, this is like a big thing. For me, for example, I had like 2 really good friendships, I thought. And this one girl turned so crazy. I mean, both actually. Like the other one turned also crazy, but then also like into like really comparing and like adapting everything and making everything what I did like really shit, and then copy pasting everything. But I know people that I will be like, oh my God, yeah, oh my God, I'm so happy for you, do this, blah blah. But every time when I'm more happy or like successful or whatever, she hated on me so much till she blocked me. I'm like, okay. The other girl, like we went on holiday, we did so many cool things together, and I shared a lot of like intimate stuff with her. And then there was a situation which I found like really shitty, and what she did, but I didn't. In this situation, I kind of flee out of the situation because she had also drink at that situation a bit, and I didn't want to like, not confronting her, but just like finding a conversation. And just like to understand, but I just wanted to do it sober. So I played the situation, and the next morning I tried to have like a conversation and just like, hey, I just like really want to understand you, and just like, maybe I get the point right, like something wrong here, blah blah. I was not pinpointing even if honestly, clearly, because also like one of my best friends from Germany, and he's a guy, was there as well and like observed the whole situation. I was also like, this is crazy, like this, you should like, she's mentally done, like what the fuck. But I was like, oh my God, no, but we have like this whole friendship, and I really like want to, you know, continue this. I just like want to have a conversation and just like grow, you know. For me, it was not a big, like, it was just like stupid, but like, I was like, okay, like, you know. But instead of like finding a talk, whatever, she was just like, what the fuck, you're so dramatic. I'm like, what else? I don't know. Like she made me like so many words, and just it came just out like like you are this and this and this. Oh my God, fucking like and all these fucking Germans, and like you think they're so like it was insane. It was insane, and they're like, oh my god, you're so fucking self-insecure, grow up. Like, it was a lot, and I was like, and she could like drop names in seconds. I'm like, that's that's crazy. Like, you know, my friends at home, like, we would never call each other like these names, what she did. And still in this situation, the people who say, I was like, oh my god, no, like, maybe that came out totally wrong, blah, 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 blah. I'm just like, okay, and no. My friend was like holding me back, like, no, and you're not like there to apologize, whatever. And then she actually called a lot of like my working place and stuff, and told like a lot of shit things, and like, I don't know. It was crazy. She went mental. So that was like my first year experience of like the friendships with Australian girls. Yeah, and after that I was like, I am done with Australia. So I kind of like tried to find my European circle. But yeah, another thing is, for me it was really, really hard as well, as like to find people. And I'm actually so good at like going alone to events and like, you know, meeting people, but nobody was really open or like comes up to you or like talks. They're all just like, okay. And for example, I went to Fashion Week last year, and in Berlin we always have like a lot of side events, and you can just go alone, all right? You can just go alone and just like get into like the coolest conversation. I went, first of all, like nobody will talk to you. And if you came, like, I don't know, I met like a lot of like looking me down up people, I don't know. And then later I saw a lot interviewers on TikTok who were interviewing people, but like, okay, who's like the final end boss, do you think? Like, and who's like the worst dress? I'm like, what the fuck? In fashion is, I feel like that's the main part of Fashion Week, to kind of like explore and just really trying to bring your truth self out, trying to be experimental and just be open and diverse, and like everything is allowed, and just like do whatever way you feel. It's just like we celebrate fashion, right? And I feel like that's the opposite of what they did. They're kind of like final end boss, this. It was like crazy. And then just like in general, when we went out, when I went out with my European friends, and it's so annoying because I love to mingle, I like to flirt, and it's not happening. First of all, nobody will come up to you, because it's like also kind of like a respect thing over there, which honestly, on the one side, like I do like it. I don't get catcalled or anything, but on the other side, it's just like everyone just like lives their own life. Everyone is like not coming up to you, not talking to you, and just, yeah. And I don't know, they also like, when it comes to dancing and stuff, I feel like nobody's like really loose, and there's like community, and like, you know, I am so used to go out and like dance and like make friends with like the people around you and everything, and that was not happening in Sydney. No, they're actually really mean and make me feel shit, and honestly made me at the end not really going out. I had like a friend visiting me from Germany, and we went out because one of our friends was actually playing, like he was touring, and we went there, and like we wanted to kind of like put our jacket just quick in front, but like we didn't want to be like, hey, I'm sorry, can you like maybe pass the jacket over there? They completely ignored, and we're like, hello, and it's just like really like, I was like, what the fuck? And I don't know, it was just like the whole vibe is just like really bad. And then they have like the phones the whole time out, and it's like we were dancing and just like the whole time filming, and then filming others, and it's just like really, they're not really loose, and it's, yeah, I don't know, I hated it so much. I really hated it, because dancing is such a big thing for me, and dancing made me always like feel so loose and just like so happy, and nobody was doing this. Like nobody was like really, they're just like, and anyway, yeah. So these are actually for me like the biggest things, to be honest, because no matter if everyone there is like super beautiful and gorgeous, and you have like the most beautiful beaches there and everything, when there's like it's super soulless and no culture, I'm sorry, it's just like it's not fun. I'm sorry. It's maybe fun for like a holiday, and maybe, you know, I catched also the wrong people, but for me it is not. And I feel like it's sometimes from the outside easier to, you know, judge and be like, oh my God, you live like the best life there. It's so beautiful. Like, why you complain? But at the end, I prefer live in Berlin in a freaking gray cold city, but have true friends there, can be so honest and supportive. And yeah, also, as I said, I don't want to put like all of the people like over one and be like everyone now they're Australian, because I've met really really cool Australians as well. And yeah, but this is just like the experience I had out after the 2 years where I'm just over it and I want to move out, and I just did, and I'm so happy. And yeah, but still, I still would love to go back to Australia for like a visit, and it's so beautiful and stuff, but also it's freaking far away. The time difference sucks to everyone, and I feel like you're so isolated to the whole world. So yeah, these were my reasons. Goodbye.